Imagine a life where every decision, every thought, and every action begins with a conversation with God. How much more peaceful, focused, and aligned with purpose would your days be? Starting your day with God isn't just a good routine. It's a vital practice that can transform ordinary days into extraordinary testimonies of grace and guidance. It creates a foundation of peace and intentionality, shielding you from the impulsivity and reactivity that often characterizes our interactions and decisions. As dawn breaks, before the world rushes in with its demands, take a moment to pause and invite God into your day. This simple act of prayer sets the tone for a day guided by divine wisdom rather than the chaos of the world. It's like opening your doors to a distinguished guest, honoring his presence by giving him the first moments of your day. This invitation aligns your spirit with God's peace, ensuring that his calm permeates every part of your day ahead. In the midst of morning chaos, whether it's family rushing about or a mind racing with the day's tasks, talking to God first instills a peace that surpasses all understanding. It's like setting an anchor in the storm. While everything around you whirls in a frenzy of activity, your heart remains steady and calm, rooted in the assurance of God's control and presence. This peace acts as a buffer against stress and anxiety, enabling you to handle pressures with grace. When we communicate with God, we align our petty plans with his grand purpose. Each morning, prayer is a step towards synchronizing our will with God's, ensuring that our actions reflect his glory and love. This alignment transforms our perspective, helping us to see our daily tasks as part of a larger divine tapestry. Instead of pursuing selfish objectives, we begin to see how our activities can contribute to God's kingdom and bring joy and peace into the lives of others. Consider morning prayer as putting on spiritual armor for the day. Just as a soldier wouldn't rush into battle unprepared, we shouldn't face our daily challenges without God's armor, his truth, righteousness, peace, faith, and salvation. This armor protects us from the assaults of discouragement, temptation, and despair that we might face throughout the day. It empowers us to stand firm in faith and to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with our God. Incorporate reading scripture into your morning dialogue with God. Let his word be the first words that fill your mind, directing your thoughts and actions from a place of wisdom and truth. Scripture serves as a daily bread that nourishes our souls, equips us with spiritual insights, and shields us against deception. It also acts as a mirror, reflecting our true selves and encouraging us to conform more closely to Christ's image. Lord, take this day and use it for your glory. Let my hands work for you, my mind think of you, and my heart overflow with your love. This prayer of surrender invites God to be the architect of your day. It is an acknowledgement of our limitations and an affirmation of his omnipotence. Surrendering to God in prayer each morning relinquishes control, allowing his divine orchestration to prevail in our lives. Facing the day can bring anxiety and uncertainty. Talking with God first helps cast these burdens onto him, ensuring that fear does not dictate our lives, but rather the assurance of his presence and provision. This act of surrender not only alleviates our immediate anxieties, but also reinforces our dependence on God's omnipotent care. It teaches us to live by faith, not by sight, trusting that he who guides us is always more powerful than the challenges we face. God promises to lead us when we seek him. By consulting God each morning, we actively seek his guidance and trust in his promise to direct our paths throughout the day. This divine guidance is like a lamp to our feet and a light to our path, steering us away from harm and toward actions that foster growth and blessings. It's an assurance that no matter how murky our decisions may seem, God's light will always lead us to clarity and peace. Every day has a purpose under heaven. When we start our day with God, we tap into that purpose, turning each task into an opportunity to serve and glorify him. Whether it's through our work, our interactions with others, or even our moments of rest, each activity is imbued with a divine significance. This not only enriches our sense of fulfillment, but also transforms mundane tasks into acts of worship and service. Life is unpredictable, but a morning talk with God prepares us for whatever may come. It's like setting out on a journey with the best navigator beside you. No matter what unexpected turns lie ahead, you can face them with confidence knowing that God is with you, guiding every step. This preparation allows us to meet unforeseen challenges not with fear, but with faith, faith that God's plans for us are good and that He equips us to handle every situation. Begin your day with a prayer for the strength to forgive. This is not always easy, especially when wounds are fresh or betrayals deep. However, morning prayer can soften our hearts and empower us to release grudges and bitterness. Forgiveness liberates us from the heavy chains of resentment, freeing us to love and interact with others as Christ does, with unbounded grace and compassion. This sets a tone of reconciliation and peace that can heal relationships and build bridges throughout the day. Trials may come, but talking with God in the morning provides the encouragement we need to face them. It reminds us of God's past faithfulness and renews our hope for His future deliverance. Each prayer strengthens our spiritual endurance, enabling us to persevere through difficulties with courage and faith. This divine encouragement is not just for ourselves, but also becomes a beacon of hope that we can share with others, spreading comfort and courage. In our morning conversations with God, we can find joy in the ordinary aspects of our lives. By recognizing His presence in every detail, from the warmth of the sun to the smile of a neighbor, we experience a profound sense of gratitude and joy. This awareness transforms our perspective, helping us to see the miraculous in the mundane and to celebrate the simple blessings that fill our days. Each morning, as we engage with God, our minds and spirits are renewed. This renewal is essential for shedding the weariness of yesterday and embracing the potential of today. It rejuvenates our thoughts and attitudes, aligning them with God's purity and peace. This not only enhances our mental and spiritual health, but also radiates through our actions, influencing those around us in positive ways. Morning prayer is a plea for empowerment to resist the day's temptations. It's asking God to fortify our wills and to clad our spirits in His strength. This daily reinforcement is crucial for maintaining spiritual integrity and for walking in righteousness. It helps us to recognize temptations for what they are: distractions and distortions meant to derail us from our divine path. Start your day by celebrating God's faithfulness. Remembering His unwavering support and unconditional love sets a backdrop of gratitude that lasts throughout the day. It fuels our faith and trust, reminding us that just as God has been faithful in the past, He will continue to be faithful today and in the future. This acknowledgement not only uplifts our spirits, but also deepens our commitment to trust and follow Him unreservedly. In the quiet of the morning, remind yourself of who you are in God. You are loved, chosen, and empowered by the Creator of the universe. Reaffirming this identity each morning strengthens our sense of self and our resolve to live as children of God. It grounds us in truth and dignity, shaping how we view ourselves and how we interact with others throughout the day. Facing decisions can be daunting, but incorporating a morning consultation with God can illuminate the best paths. His wisdom guides us through complex choices and simplifies our decision-making process. It's like having a divine counselor by your side, whose insights lead to decisions that bring peace and positive outcomes. This practice not only ensures that our choices align with divine wisdom, but also helps us avoid the pitfalls of human error and short-sightedness. If yesterday left you with wounds or misunderstandings, start today with a heart of forgiveness. Asking God to help us forgive is not just about healing our hearts, but also about freeing those around us from the burden of our resentment. This act of forgiveness sets a powerful precedent for the day, promoting a culture of grace and understanding. It opens the door to reconciliation and renewed relationships, which can transform not only your day, but also the lives of those you interact with. Revisit the morning's prayer. Reflect on how God answered your calls and moved in your life throughout the day. This reflection fosters a deep sense of gratitude and awe for His active presence and boundless grace. It closes the day on a note of worship and thanksgiving, preparing you for the next day's conversation with God, full of anticipation for new mercies and new opportunities to see His hand at work.